Coming to you from the M&M Exterior Studio in Knoxville, Virginia, this is Flushing It Out with Samantha Spittle, the introvert's extrovert. She talks to people so you don't have to. For now.
Great to be here in West Virginia.
Oh my gosh. God forbid you had to get out from behind the gates and come down 15.
Amanda, if I don't come home in an hour, I'm at 101 Samantha Spittle Drive in Knoxville.
Samantha Spittle Drive. Little does she know that doesn't show up on the map. All right. Who wants a piece of chocolate?
I want to try that because I know you can have those later.
Pick a ball.
Which one are you going to have?
I don't know.
Who likes white chocolate?
I like white chocolate.
You do? Oh yeah, Jeremy does.
Not Jeremy.
Is this hollow?
Do you? Do you like white chocolate?
No. I had 3 white chocolate Ferrero Rochers.
All right, so let's get these balls in our mouth, everybody. Are they? Do you think they're hollow? Oh. Oh, here. Put this down. Let's do ASMR. Oh, yeah.
Come on. Come on.
You know people do this for a living?
What? Really?
Yeah. Not me.
I haven't been on those websites.
Me neither.
Does it ask you if you're over 18 before you click on okay?
That's weird. People are weird.
I would not.
Weird.
So
I get self-conscious in quiet rooms chewing because I have the cracked jaw, the jaw that cracked.
Ew.
little TMJ.
Oh my gosh, you're gross.
I guess, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I get self-conscious. Ew, you're gross. I'm just kidding. That's even for saying to Jeremy, what is it like to be married to her? Now we're even.
Must be great.
Now we're even. Oh man, poor Amanda having to listen to that jaw all the time. Oh.
Wow.
Did you hear that?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Make sure that stays on the podcast.
So could the
Wasn't
audience.
the best. That was. We were at Lake Anna Park over the summer with our neighbors. I'd never been there, and they wanted to go, so we went with them. And some guy wanted a picture of himself in the back with like the lake in the background.
Yeah.
So he hands me his not iPhone; it was a Android something or other. I took his picture, and my buddy that was there, my friend Joaquin, he's like works with the government, and he's just always has some conspiracy theory about something. So I took the picture. And then I give the guy the phone back and walks away, and Joaquin's like, "Hey, you like that? Now he has your thumbprint." I'm like, "You're fucking kidding me?" I'm like,
Whoa, that's good.
and he's like, that guy could go into town tonight and murder 3 people, and they're going to find his phone, and they're going to find your thumbprint on it. And I'm going to be like, really? My God,
Wow.
no good deed goes unpunished.
That's super deep.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Only this guy would think of something like. He's a great friend, but he's the guy that makes you question everything you do in life.
Wow. Is he local?
Yeah, he's 4 houses away from me.
Oh gosh, who is it again?
Joaquin.
It's Joaquin.
Yeah.
What restaurant did you give that tip to?
The Bone. Mm-hmm. Bad of the Bone. Used to be Bad of the Bone. The
Now
Bone.
it's just the Bone.
Yeah.
So why are you so...
And they've succeeded on top of it. It's not my little tip has made them succeed. They've been hugely successful for their own reasons.
Yeah, that's great.
But he was complaining. One guy one of the owners was complaining about the Yelpers.
Yeah.
The Yelpers would probably drive me crazy.
Yeah.
In the food industry. But there's still businesses that it, 4.5 star out of 5.
I remember I had my first 1-star review on the podcast, but it's like mainly people who listen, like everyone, it's like, or maybe, but it's like a friend that I got recommended to. But it was funny because I knew it was coming. I read Brene Brown's book, and Daring Greatly, like if you're willing to get into the arena, the shitstorm's going to come. And so it was funny. I saw the 1-star, but I was like, oh, it's so funny how you have all these people telling you all this nice stuff. And who knows even why someone put whether it was legit or not, but it's like soul crushing.
The gym that I go to sends out the emails. It's called, it's called the net promoter system. It's a way they figure out which of your customers are going to be most likely to refer other people to you. And they send these emails out on a scale of 1 to 10. How happy are you with us? And I'm a 10 or a 9, 9 or 10. So I click on 10 and the website opens and it's like website not found.
Oh.
So I do it again. Not 9, website not found. I said, uh-oh. So I click on 3. website pops up. What could we be doing better? I said, oh, no. And then the woman, the manager calls me later, like 20 minutes later.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, hey, Tom, we just want to make sure everything's happy. You know, you gave us a 3-star review.
Oh,
and
no.
I to this day, I think that she thinks I'm full of shit, that I actually meant to give a 3-star. And I just made up that I had clicked 9-star, 10-star. I literally just clicked 3-star just to see if the whole website was down.
Yeah.
And then the 3-star, of course, shouted back at me. But I did not intend to give them 3-star.
Wow.
But it didn't go public. It's internal
it's
stuff.
internal.
But I'm sure it affected them somehow. But,
Yeah.
2 years later, I'm still paying them every month. So
yeah, they're happy. No problem. They're not losing sleep over it anymore. That's great.
I actually got confused the first time you said the gym that I go to.
I've said the
Because
same
I
thing.
thought you were talking about
Jimera?
a guy named Jim.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you have another friend named Jim?
Yeah.
You go to Jim for your advice? Jim Aaron gives you all the advice, but you go to a different gym?
Yeah.
The same thing. I was like, the gym I used to go to, I was like, my go-to gym. My go-to gym is Jim Aram. That's my go-to gym.
Yeah.
And I need a gym in my
I used to
life.
have another gym.
I got a couple of gyms that I go to. One for this advice, the other for that advice. Yeah.
I thought the same thing, the gym. So, Tom, you are a big restaurant reviewer on your Facebook page. That's what you're known for.
It's another way to say I'm overweight. I get it.
I'm glad you picked up what I
You
was
eat a
putting
lot
down.
of food, Tom.
Yeah.
This is an
So-
intervention.
It is. I'm glad we could finally talk
Intervention
about
with Reese's Cups.
this. Thanks. I'm on the roller coaster, but thanks for helping me out with
And
that.
horrible tasting chocolate golf balls.
Yeah. Oh man, those balls were good. So what? No, they were. I'm appreciative of the chocolate balls you brought. Thank you so much. So I asked you when we were going to talk about the podcast, what are you passionate about? And you said your kids. And then we kind of talked into, you're definitely like a business type of mindset person. And I think that's a big part of why you like restaurants. But tell me, do you have a following when it comes to these restaurant reviews, or because they're quite active?
I have 7 friends that are interested.
Yeah. Is it 7 specifically?
Yeah.
And you name them?
Jim. Mm-hmm. Jim. Jim.
Okay, all right.
Jim Aram.
Not GYM. Okay.
Yeah.
Courtney.
Courtney, yeah.
And
My
3
girl
or 4 other
Courtney.
people
Yeah.
that care.
That
But
care.
I'm
I'm actually one that cares. You can add me to that list. Because, by the way, I need to tell you. So I had a baby, a kid, and I became the stay-at-home mom. And so I
Congratulations on the baby.
Thank you. Thank you. It'll be 10 years this year.
Is Jeremy the dad?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
You are the father.
You are the father. Grateful for that. So I went from being so involved in the chamber and going to all the ribbon cuttings we talked about and restaurant openings where you get the early bird, free food or something. And I went and I loved my stay-at-home mom life, but I definitely felt like out of the loop. And you were like, you may not have known it, but you were like my link to the local
Lifeline.
community. You were
No kidding.
Over the years, I've unfollowed people, and not from anything personal, just because when I would go on Facebook, I didn't want to be cluttered up with people I didn't know or like see personally, because then I'd be neglecting my child or my family.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, what are kind of the things that need to keep me in the loop? And so you always made, I kept you in there because I was like, that's my this new restaurant, The Bone, opened, or, need to go check out this restaurant. And so thank you. I always felt like I knew what was going on in the community because of your Facebook posts. So thank you.
The Bone was a funny one. When the Bone, you remember? You might not even remember this. When the Bone opened,
That was right when
it was
when I was
2011ish. Yeah. 11ish, 12ish, and one of their menu items.
I remember this.
Zesty ranch
Yes,
beans.
and you asked for a sample, and they said
the
no,
girl-
and
yeah.
you put that on there.
And the funny thing is that, I said it, and somehow it got to Tammy Hoover, Mike Hoover's wife, who is brilliant marketing. She actually did the sales training for the company that he ran for a while. And,
By the way, did you know the owners before that review?
well, I knew that it was Mike Hoover.
But did you have a relationship
I
with
didn't
any
really
of
meet
them?
the kids. No, now I'm friends with all of them. But
Yeah.
at the time, I hadn't
I
met
didn't
them
think so.
yet.
I remember that review. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I remember that clear as day.
Well, I saw zesty ranch beans, and in my head, I thought ranch dressing, which I don't care for. And I said, well, can I just get a little cup of that? And the girl, in her first week of working there says, no, we don't really do that here. And I'm like, that doesn't come across well. And Tammy thanked me later that's a great training moment. that, we, little cup of, little minuscule sample we'll give those out all day.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because at my first experience, and it's a good commentary on how places can overcome. That was by far that was not a deal breaker when that happened.
Of course.
But it was like that first experience was weird. And now 100 trips later, I got to go there every other week, basically. But that company is a success. I mean, they've been very successful locally, and they've actually shrunk. They were doing stuff. They were in the Verizon the Capital One Center for a year, and they stopped doing it.
Wow.
Because I think they kind of have indicated this is that it was too much of a pain in the butt. Who wants to drive a big van full of brisket and pulled pork to Capital One Arena 5 nights a week? And I just think that the margins were too low. So that's probably a business, without knowing much about how they run their business, that's probably a business that makes more money now with a smaller reach than a larger reach.
Sure. And that kind of goes down to what are their goals? What are their family's goals? Like, do they want to have it blow up? Is this the right time for it to blow up? Or do they want to keep it kind of just a local successful business?
I think they have their 2 locations do super well.
Yeah.
And catering. I remember I talked to one of the guys once about that, and he had said that in some ways they wish they only did catering because the catering is so much easier. It's like the hours are easier.
Yep.
You don't really get a lot of negative Yelp reviews about catering generally. I think most people
and
are
you know
happy
how much
by that
they need 100 people fed, you serve 100. Where when you have a restaurant, is it going to be busy or slow? So what is your criteria for a good restaurant? What are the things you're looking at?
Good food is important.
Yeah.
I get amazed by how many you learn this, because I had a neighbor once that was old neighbor of mine was one of the first 20 employees of P.F. Chang's when they started 25 years ago, whenever. And so he'd worked for them for quite a long time, and he knew restaurants very well. So he would tell us the restaurants to not go into, and you'd be amazed. I mean, think of your big chain type restaurants that nothing is fresh made there.
Oh yeah, no, because that's how they mass produce it.
Comes in that plastic wrap, and they throw it in boiling water. You go into those kitchens, and it'd be big vats of boiling water just constantly.
Yeah.
And that's how they make everything. Like, no steak is prepared fresh. It's already half cooked. So yeah, fresh food is kind of important. And just friendly people when you go in is important. It's funny you mentioned Hector's and there's other places I can think of that follow that similar. Everyone thinks about Moe's, that Moe's Southwest Grill, and when you walk in, they
Welcome
say,
to Moe's.
"Thank you." Yeah.
Oh, I guess I haven't been there. Thank you, Jeremy. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Very good. Yeah, I'm always anxiously watching your reviews because I know it'll be honest. So,
well, I have a friend of mine is a winery reviewer. He lives in
a sommelier.
No, he's not. No, he's a landscaper. But he's lives out in Culpeper area, and he has a local winery blog. But no, God, probably.
So he's not reviewing.
I just outed him, but no one knows who he is.
Oh.
And he told me about his website before, but they go around the wineries and do reviews, but nobody knows who he is.
Ooh. So, how do you know him?
Well, I just know through Chamber of Commerce, through the landscaping business. But people
are going to start breaking it down.
But I'm right. I know. You're not kidding.
Sorry, friend.
Well, I don't know the name of the blog, but it's some winery blog that they would go to wineries, and it was everything was. It might even be more his wife than him.
Yeah.
But everything was kind of top secret, and he would give reviews. But
wow. All right, Jeremy.
But
sorry.
I was going to say I've given reviews of restaurants that aren't around anymore, and
they were
not because of my review, but they were.
Yeah. What's one in particular?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can say it now because apparently the company is it's a little burger place called Burger IM.
Yeah.
Burger Im, I think is how they pronounce it.
Oh.
So they opened one up in Haymarket. It was a franchise.
Yeah.
And it just randomly closed down recently. Well, if you Google them now, there's articles about this, that the corporate that was selling the franchises was like Ponzi scheming everybody.
Oh,
so this company,
that's a pyramid scheme.
Right. So this company
is... that's a Ponzi scheme.
Oh, it's a Ponzi scheme, but it's the negative thing of a scheme.
Right. So the company's going down, apparently, but when they first opened, we were very excited Jim.
Yeah.
My buddy Jim.
Jim.
We were very excited to go there.
I am.
GYM.
Oh, it was terrible. There were these little mini burgers, which can be good if they're done right. But I knew immediately that it wasn't going to be any good because the type of burger, there was like 9 different types. There was like chorizo, turkey, regular beef, dry aged beef. And I said, they can't be making these little patties fresh every day.
Yeah.
And the first one I had, it clearly was a frozen patty that they brought in. I'm like, oh, really?
All right, best burger in town. Best burger in the Northern Virginia area for local listeners. But hopefully tight radius because I don't like to drive.
Well, I'm literally going to go 40 minutes west of here and 40 minutes east or 25 minutes east of here. I like Five Guys. I mean, Five Guys is you never go wrong at a Five Guys. But out in Front Royal, there is an old greasy hole in the wall place called Spelunkers. So now this was when I went to Burger IM and gave my negative-ish review. Several local people that grew up in this area had said, you got to get out to Front Royal and try Spelunkers.
Wow.
So we've been there 3 or 4 times now. That's delicious.
Nice.
And as far as chains go, have really moved up my rankings for Shake Shack for the burgers.
Oh, yeah.
Burgers are an A+, fries are a D.
Oh,
they're the frozen crinkle cut fries. So we just went recently, a neighbor of mine, we went there 2 Sundays ago. We took the kids out and we decided that Shake Shack cheeseburger, Spelunkers, Five Guys, or Foster's fries. All 3 of those are, you cut a potato and you throw it in oil and you salt it up. I mean, they're all very similar. So Shake Shack cheeseburger, Spelunker, Five Guys, Foster's fries, and the milkshake is Smash Burger.
Oh, yeah.
In Virginia Gateway Promenade.
Yeah.
Because Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, in Gainesville.
The goat of all ice creams, like the best of the best.
Okay, best meal in our area, local area, in the Gainesville, Haymarket, or Bristow area. You're going out to dinner. Where are you going?
Oh, gosh. What's the occasion?
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I was going to honestly, I would go for the bone. I like the bone.
We're
casual
going to lunch
stuff
today. Yeah, lunch today. Where are we going?
It's a lot of things to consider because I go to the bone for lunch a lot and it's good, but it's every time I in some ways regret it because having a big heavy lunch like that, you just want to go take that 1:30 p.m. nap.
Yeah, nap.
But, as far as chains go, Chick-fil-A. Gosh,
Chick-fil-A.
we could all learn so much about business from Chick-fil-A.
True. That's so true.
And everything, all these little extra things they do, if the accountant is looking at the business, most of it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
How hard is it to just how expensive is it to just be friendly and say my pleasure and refill
Which
your
is
soda.
awkward, but still really nice.
Yeah. And they refill your
Thank
soda.
you. That's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny we bring this up.
really?
So we go to Chick-fil-A every Thursday now because Jacob and Julie have cheer and basketball. So our other neighbor, Joaquin's son, Enrique,
Joaquin.
Yeah.
we go to Chick-fil-A at 5 in Haymarket every Thursday.
Nice.
So yesterday we were there before Enrique was, and we were just sitting around waiting. And the girl, when you go through the drive-thru and you get to the end of the drive-thru and they have that big cart of sauces.
Yeah.
So the girl was taking it out. So I decided I'm going to hold the doors for her because that's got to be a mess to get that out without somebody holding the door.
Yeah.
Right.
So I held the doors for her and she said, thank you. And I said, no problem. And I said, no, my pleasure, my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Pleasure. I finally have the opportunity to
I said, am I hired?
And she was like, I've never heard that before.
Well, my daughter,
We get a kick out of it. Who cares?
my daughter read, she's starting to get into YouTube a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, we look over
Yes.
her shoulder to make sure it's good stuff, but she had,
I like that caveat there. Like, we don't let her unsupervised on YouTube.
she'd seen on YouTube that if you go up and say my pleasure to the person taking your order before they greet you, that you get a free ice cream cookie sandwich.
Is it true?
No.
Oh.
I go up to the guy and I said, my 9-year-old who thinks she knows everything claims that he's like, no. That was on TikTok 2 weeks ago. He's like, you're probably the 13th person. I'm like, sorry, dude.
Sorry.
That was the first time they weren't particularly cheery with me. No. He just rolled his eyes.
That's funny.
Because stuff goes viral. And
Yep.
I'm like, but Chick-fil-A has so many off the menu items.
What? Like
Oh,
what?
gosh, yeah.
What? Tell me more.
You know, you can get waffle chips.
Yeah, I knew
Potato
that.
chips?
Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
they do that for catering. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I did know that.
In the bags.
I know you can get just a bun. And so I have a friend who, her kids wouldn't eat anything, so she would just get buns for them.
Okay, yeah.
And then you could like put a chicken strip on it and they get like a small sandwich.
I was about to say they have mac and cheese now, but that's on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's other stuff. And if you go to the Chick-fil-A's in Georgia, it's totally different. There's millions of, they have more options for breakfast. And gosh,
Wow.
oh, I know what it was. There's a YouTube video. I don't know the name of the show, but it's a guy that goes and works at places for 24 hours.
Oh.
So in Austin, Texas, when we talked about where to get good brisket in Austin, I think there's a place there called Franklin Barbecue. Do you know Franklin Barbecue?
Not familiar.
Okay.
Jeremy's allergic to red meat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Well then, but you don't eat it.
I'm getting really hungry,
yeah.
but I'm going to Chick-fil-A for lunch, so.
Got it.
Yeah, you are.
There's a barbecue place there that is well known that people line up for like 7 hours. So
Yeah.
the guy worked at Franklin Barbecue 24 hours. And one of his episodes is he worked at Chick-fil-A 24 hours.
Oh, nice.
But it was one of the flagship places down in Georgia. And they talked about like all the extra stuff that they make and they serve. I don't remember
Have to
what
go
it
check
was.
it out.
Five Guys has egg and sauce, the one at the Dulles Airport. If you go there in the morning, you can get a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good.
some good stuff
Just
there.
over easy egg that just melts. It gets all over your clothes, and then you got to get on the
then
airplane.
Get on the
and
airplane.
Nice.
Get the seat in the back row that doesn't recline and have to pound the...
That sounds. Oh yeah, that
You
was.
saw that?
Oh, I saw that.
Oof.
American Airlines. A guy. The lady in front of him reclined, and he was pissed, and he was like hitting her.
Because he was in the back seat that didn't recline. I don't mind somebody that... I actually don't recline
I
on
don't
flights.
recline because I get
But
nervous of it. But if
I don't
someone
really
else does,
mind. That is space that I have no use for.
yeah,
Right.
If the seat went back and got
heck
like
no.
this is the knees section, especially for
Yeah.
a guy 6'6" like me.
Yeah.
The knees section is the value. That's valuable
exactly.
real estate
I'm
on
always
the
like,
plane.
yeah, what am I going to do with that up there
Right.
anyway?
Yeah.
There's not.
Yeah.
I have no use for that, so they can take that all they want.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Jeremy, do you have any questions or anything you want to?
I have no questions, but I did pull up Thomas Bigoski Insurance Agency on Google,
Okay.
and I have reviews here.
Yeah.
You have 5 stars on Google.
I have a 4-star review.
You have 1 4-star
Yeah,
review?
but then read it, and they gush
Well,
about
I
how great
don't-
I am. I think they misclicked. I actually know who that person is too. I think they might have.
By lowest rating. Oh, okay. All right.
I have a 4-star,
I hope no one.
yeah.
but it's a pretty
listens.
glowing review.
It is. It's a very good review.
I hope no one listens and wants to troll you and leave you.
But I did notice.
That would be okay.
I did notice
You'd be
that
okay
there are a lot of responses from the owner.
Yes.
Not everybody gets a response from the owner, but it looks like
Well, I need to go back.
90% of the people.
Yeah, I need to go back. I need to clean that
Oh,
up. It
geez.
tells me how many I haven't responded to.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Sometimes
There's
it
a lot actually
matters.
now.
Well,
I think some people might reduce their stars because you haven't
because I
responded
didn't.
to it.
I'll go on.
yeah.
I'll respond today. But I try to make the responses real for that person because otherwise you'll just say
Thank you so much.
thank you. It's like when people wish you happy birthday on Facebook. Happy birthday. So on my birthday, such a jackass, but I'll only like the birthday wishes that are personalized.
Yeah.
So someone just says happy
Yeah,
birthday,
yeah.
even happy birthday, Tom. It doesn't get a like.
What if I
But-
do a heart emoji?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Emojis and that kind of stuff will get.
What about a birthday cake emoji? Because I
Yes.
feel like that's...
Do you want this aired, Tom, or do we need to keep your Facebook habits on lockdown?
No, you can air it. This is all totally fine. What I love doing, maybe you'll start doing this, is so just go on YouTube. All right. So you go on YouTube and you don't have to do it now, but I'm saying you go on YouTube and search happy birthday, Samantha.
Oh yeah.
And there are thousands of YouTube videos people have made. And you'll just find some old Scottish guy that's like shirtless in a kilt that's doing a dance. Happy birthday, Samantha. And then like you post that on her Facebook wall for her birthday.
And you'll get all the
Yeah.
love.
You'll find so many creative things on there that you can.
Do you remember how we trolled you when Amanda was pregnant with Julia? Do you remember how we trolled you?
Well, the retro bomb. Yeah.
you
were-
did retro bomb. We did something else to troll you, though.
Oh, you changed Jacob's name or something. What did you do?
Yeah, Julia's name,
So wait,
I think. Or
before-
Jacob. Yeah, it was Jacob.
Before
because
you
it
get
was-
into that,
Yeah.
I just want to say which one is maybe the 6th, 7th video down is a guy with a guitar, cut off sleeves,
Right.
sombrero that says
That's
Bubba on it.
Yeah. That.
Does
and
he
you
just
can,
say names?
You
He
can find
changes
that
it?
for no. You can just YouTube just YouTube Happy Birthday.
Yeah. I feel like we
Jennifer.
need to,
Yeah.
You got a
we
friend
need
named
to-
Jennifer.
We'll put a link to this maybe on the Facebook page, but just real quick. Let's see. I'm going to play this real quick.
Oh, there he is.
Whoa. Stereo.
I was gonna.
Oh.
That's fake teeth he's wearing. Do you think he
Yeah.
goes and does names of everybody?
Who is this guy named Bubba?
Yeah.
There are some that people have obviously made up. There's some computer generated ones that
Yeah.
there's one with a cat that screams at the beginning.
Okay.
if
Yeah, I
that's-
saw that one.
Yeah. And that
Wait.
that one right there. Second
This one here?
Nope, second
This
one.
one.
Maybe not. Actually, yes. Open that one. Click that one for a
All right,
second.
let's try this.
If it's
No, I don't want to answer questions.
Yeah, I know.
Skip.
That's funny.
Is it good? Yeah. It's your birthday today. It's your birthday. Yeah. So you could Google any name in the world, have your birthday, and that comes up. How many views does that video have?
10,579.
So you do Happy Birthday Jennifer or something, it's probably 500,000.
Oh my gosh.
But that's what I do. I don't know how we got onto that
All right,
topic.
so-
No, I don't know. Okay, yeah.
We trolled
Now
you
trolling.
with Jacob because
Yes.
is it JACOB?
Yes.
And you had letters on the wall.
We had his room done. We had his crib in there, and we had our friend came and painted Jacob, and he changed the spelling to make us
Yeah.
think we misspelled it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we saved it, photoshopped it, reposted it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I love the way you spell his name.
Yeah. It's such a unique way to spell.
We were so. This is what you do when you are at home with kids, and at night, Jeremy's there. We're like laying in bed, probably looking at Facebook, and then it's like,
But that was around the same
Yeah.
time that the Retro Bomb,
Yeah.
when we started the Retro Bomb. The
yeah,
Retro
tell everyone
Bomb.
what Retro
Wait, who's
Bomb
we? Because I was told you started the Retro Bomb.
Well, he's the one. That's who I,
Yeah.
So I don't
Alright.
know where he got it from, but
Okay.
And it's still fun to do Retro Bombs.
Yeah.
It's still.
So
what
what's
you
a
have
retro
to
bomb?
do.
A retro bomb for our
Okay.
listeners.
So an example. First of all, you can only retro bomb somebody that you have a lot of mutual friends with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going
It's
to
too
work.
rammed because that happened.
Right.
People do retro bomb that don't mean to
Right.
retro bomb.
Correct.
They're just like
So right.
looking through old photos.
So you and I, we have a lot of mutual friends on Facebook. So me retro bombing you would be perfect.
Yeah.
What you would do? This is terrible to do this, but I go and I find your
Pregnancy
post
announcement.
when you posted the ultrasound picture.
Yep.
Oh, the Spittles are expecting this and that. And that was 9 years ago.
9 years ago.
And I just go down to it and I just comment, OMG, congratulations, so happy for you guys. I thought you were done it too, or something like that. And then what that does is, the reason you have to have a lot of mutual friends is that
Yeah.
many of our mutual friends will see Tom Bigoski commented on Samantha Spittle's photo.
And then it
now
shows-
it will say photo from August
Yeah.
8th, 2010, but people don't see that.
Yeah, they only see the picture.
So,
Yeah.
but the Facebook
Yeah.
memories feature has made it easy to retro bomb inadvertently.
Yeah.
Where you just I'll post a picture from 3 years ago
Yeah, and then people comment
of
on it.
if my son broke his arm or something.
Yeah.
And I'll say, oh, God, I can't believe this was 3 years ago. And
Yeah.
people will start commenting, OMG, how did he break his arm? Is there anything we can do to help? And I'm like, yeah, I needed you 3 years ago.
Thanks for
did
the
you not realize that my son looks 3 years younger?
That's funny. That's funny.
But it's made it easier to people retro bomb all the time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not as yeah. Congratulate. I think the one you got me on one time, that caught my attention was a mutual friend, congratulations on this award. And everyone started commenting, and I went, and I'm like, oh, that person. And I remember thinking, like, I thought they already got that award.
Realtor?
And I went and
Realtor?
looked, of course.
SJ?
And I was like, what? And I look, I'm like, yeah, that is old.
It's true. That was the
I have a
origin.
crazy good memory.
I remember that. Gosh. God, time flies. That's 10 years ago.
I know.
9 years ago. Holy smokes.
Yep. Look at what we're doing with our life. Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are on a pod. Did you ever think at Great Gatherings, when I walked in and sat down with you, that you were like, I'm going to be on our podcast in 11 years?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
Podcasts weren't a thing back then. But.
That's correct. You know, it's funny. You talked about that you thought about leaving your job. I meant to say this in the episode, is that you talked about maybe leaving the company in 2005 and the copiers and everything held you back. When I was pregnant with Riley, so this is 10 years ago, I started telling lots of stories, and it was, like maybe I'll do a blog or something. And then I just kind of shut down because it was too overwhelming. So here we are now.
This looks overwhelming.
Yeah, that's a step-by-step process. So
now I know why everybody looks so good on the pictures you post, because you have these
lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's horrible lighting in here. So, but yeah. And then the other thing too, with the personal branding, I had like a crisis of, I don't know, not conscience or something, but like I'm branding around. I don't think I want to brand myself necessarily around shit, but that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I don't really know where that's going to go.
It's worse things to brand yourself around.
Well, I mean, my tagline is becoming, I mean, not that this is the official tagline, but if talking about shit helps us get to the real shit in life, then guilty as charged.
You know, we got to get the people that founded the Squatty Potty.
Yeah.
Got to get them in there.
I tried. Podcast. I messaged the Poopery founder on Instagram. Like I slid into her DMs, but no response. So maybe if I just do it like once a week or something, I sent her a funny story that I told, my story that I didn't, the mistakes were made. You know what I've never asked guests before? Do you have any questions for me?
The first time she's asking this, I feel like I need to ask something. That's the most pressure-packed question you've asked me.
I just thought that. I was like, oh man, that puts people on the spot. Because then if you're like, nope, that's like saying like, no, I don't care anything about you. That's so good.
It's funny you bring that up.
That's a power play. That is a total power play.
It's funny you bring that up because when it was in that manager job that I hated, this wasn't one of the reasons I hated it, but we were interviewed. One of the reasons I didn't like it is I was more of a recruiter because the company was trying to grow and we hired so many people, like 100 sales reps in 1 year between the 4 managers. So I was interviewing a lot. And they always said for the second interview, when you bring them back, the first thing you say is, well, you've had a week to go through everything. And since our first meeting, I'm sure you have a lot of questions. And when they would say, nope, I'm good, that was a bad sign.
Yeah.
And, I mean, probably looking back, that probably was a bad thing when they didn't have any questions. But we used to look at that negatively when they didn't have any follow-up questions.
Yeah, that's why it's a power move, because now I'm judging you negatively, like, wow, no questions for me.
Well, we did such a good job, though, because we hired 100 people and like only 2 of them are left.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Great job.
All that money in recruiting, all those James Madison University job fairs that I drove out to.
Oh, yeah? You did that?
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, last question. How is Amanda with you being self-employed?
Good.
She's good, yeah. Because you're producing.
We're good. I mean, it's I guilt myself into wanting to be more involved. We always talk about this. I always say this, that we're probably not the typical like married couple. Mom stays at home, dad goes out and work. Like I'm not the typical go out at 8 o'clock in the morning and kill something and bring it home for dinner at the end of the day. It's not like we're both involved in it's one of the, but that's the freedom I get. I mean, if I ran, I'm trying to think of another business where you have to be there from like
a restaurant
or like a dry cleaner, anything that like it's one of the reasons why I don't have that prime retail spot is that I don't want somebody just if somebody's walking into my office, rarely do they do that. Sometimes they do.
I do that when I have my kids have appointments.
Yeah. I get a lot of
next week I'll probably drop it on.
I get tons of drop-ins. Yeah. But that allows me to, like, my office is where it is right now, but no one's in there.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the people I share the office with are there, but nobody just shows up. So that allows me. But if I ran a dry cleaner, if I worked at a dry cleaner, you have to be there. You can't just lock the door from 9 to 11 and go to your kids' Christmas play or Christmas.
Yeah.
You can hire people, certainly, but
Yeah.
My particular job allows me to do that. But
Yeah. I like that you brought that up, though, because that's one of those things, once again, you do what works for you. So if people like that 9-to-5 lifestyle, they leave, they come home. I mean, no problem with that.
Yeah.
But I like giving a voice to that you wanted to have a job or a career where that, yeah, you could drop off the kids and go on the field trip and things like that. Because we were talking earlier before we were recording about, I brought up mompreneurs. And then I'm like, I asked if you were an entrepreneur and you said, yeah, I guess. And I said, well, why don't they call them dadpreneurs? Like, why is, and then we looked up the definition and it's like a dadpreneur is he has a business when he also has to meet his responsibilities at home.
Meet my minimum requirements to still be considered a father.
Yeah. And it's like, and it goes back to the whole, like when you were at the preschool and everyone's like, you're such a good dad. It's like, what about the moms who are there that drop off, pick up, volunteering? They don't get told you're such a good mom. Like, you know,
That's
so.
Right.
So.
And many of them work, many of them drop off and then go to jobs.
And no one's, praising them for it. But
you should do that now. Take a moment.
Yeah.
Praise them for that.
Yeah. Moms, all moms, working moms, stay at home moms, all of them. And parents. And actually, I will give a shout out to all parents because it's just, no matter what it is, it's all tough. But,
well, the dadpreneurs don't need the shout out. We've provided that.
We're just meeting our minimum requirements.
Minimum requirements.
That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought that up, though, because I think that's one thing that I wonder if men don't talk about that enough. Like, because we live in such a go society where it's like, success is how much you work and, that's being busy is wearing busyness as a badge of honor. People use that.
Right.
Versus like, why is it bad to be home when your kids are home in the afternoon? Why is that seen as less than, if you're not as hard of a worker because you want to spend time with your family, those are things that maybe need to be lifted up more.
That's funny because my male role models, like people that I admire, very few of them, if any of them, are people that I admire because of what they do in business. Like I admire, I think just off the top of my head, I think of people that are active in their kids' lives. Those are the people I want to be more like.
Yeah.
There's people, and then there's people that are, and it's funny because there's people that do it that aren't involved because they have to. They have to do that to feed their family and do things. And then there's people that, I don't want to say they don't have to work, but there's people that come to mind that they're not interested in being parents.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so for me, I have a unique perspective because my dad being in the Army, when you're in the kind of roles that he was in, like it's a huge commitment, and so that's why a lot, he worked a lot, but I didn't have a negative feeling about it. I never felt like, that he wasn't around or anything like that. Cause it was kind of, I think that's also just a testament to the environment that I was raised in and being in the military community, that it was just, it's kind of a necessity, but
you were used to that.
Used to it. And then I felt totally loved and encouraged and things like that, and then my mom, giving her lots of credit too. So I never thought about it as being a bad thing. And that's why I feel like I'm kind of quick to say it's whatever, because there's certain jobs that you have to fully commit to. And that's kind of helping other people, and so, but then at the flip side is, like if you're home every day at 4:30, then there's benefits to that too. So I never want it to be one or the other. It's kind of just, it's different. But I think just giving a voice, especially in the Northern Virginia area, giving a voice to more of the slower lifestyle, if you will, could be a benefit. Because I think it, like I said, for me, I spent so many years beating myself up that think how many men and women do that because they think they have to work the certain job to make the certain income, to do the certain things. But it's like, are you happy? It kind of just gives people a moment to check back in and say, are you achieving the things you truly want to?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Tom. I appreciate your time. Tap, tap, tap. Appreciate the time.
I smack that real hard with that, like, bust your eardrums.
It might.
I hope this is
going to say thank you and then not say goodbye.
Oh, well, thank you, Tom. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you. And
My friend Chip, the comedian, texted me. Have you been live streaming this to him or something?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Tell him you just did a podcast.
I don't have any idea what... It's a video. I have no idea what
no.
he's saying.
All right. I'm stopping this now.
right.
Stop it.
And that's a wrap for now.
Thanks for listening to Flushing It Out with Samantha Spittle. Music provided by twinmusicom.org. Song titled Night at the Dance Hall. Sound editing by me, Jeremy Spittle. A special thanks to our studio sponsor, M&M Exteriors. Visit their website at mmexteriors.com for all of your roofing, siding, and gutter needs in the Northern Virginia area. Visit our website at flushingitout.com and be sure to subscribe. This has been a Spitfire production.
That was the greatest thing I've ever heard.